Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Layla, and as every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock, I hold my Instagram live session. I'm sorry for the echo. There seems to be an echo in the room, so I do apologize. I hope that's not too distracting for you today. I can see loads of people joining. That's fantastic. I hope that you've all had a very, very good, safe and productive week so far. And those who are in England, you are preparing for another week ahead next week. I know that my children, they start school not next week, the week after. So my children start school in 2 weeks, but I don't know about you. I don't know when your children start school. Whenever they do, I hope that they're safe. Today in England, we were told by the Chief Medical Officer, I think his name is Professor Chris Whitty, I think. We were told in England that schools are safe for our children. So we'll wait and see what happens. Okay. Right, I'm also very aware of the lighting. The lighting isn't perfect, but I'm going to carry on anyway. I've had lots of questions from people before we start. I've had lots of questions from people asking me where did I learn to speak English, or how did I practice this accent. I am a native English speaker. My first language is English, and later I learnt Farsi. And my private students and my college students know that my Farsi is not perfect at all. That's why I'm more comfortable to speak in English. But just to answer you, yes, I am a native English speaker. So please do take this opportunity, like my live sessions, to come and talk to me. Come up and talk to me, absolutely. For today's session, what we're going to do is I'm going to answer a question that somebody asked me last week, and that was about 3 modal verbs. 3 modal verbs. Could, would and should. Somebody said, Layla, would you please explain these 3? So that's what I'm going to do today. It's going to be a heavy lesson on grammar, but hopefully you'll find it useful, because while I'm explaining the grammar, I will also give you examples. I will also give you examples of real life sentences that you can use. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing today. Hi everyone. I've got Sonia Deeb. I positive you speak Farsi perfect. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. اوکی زدنانی لطفاً معادل فارسی مثال ها را هم بگید بی زحمت برای مقایسه. Okay, yes, I will try. Right, so I'm going to start, and as always I'm going to turn the comments off, please, if that's okay, because I get distracted. So I'm just going to turn off the comments. Sorry, so I can explain the grammar, and then when I finished, I'm going to turn the comments on, and I would love for you to share your sentences, questions, etc. with me. Okay? Okay, so the first one is could. Could, that's the first one we're going to talk about. And we use could when we want to make a suggestion. When we want to make a suggestion, پیشنهاد. For example, my friend says to me, Layla, I have been emailing a company and they do not reply. So I want to make a suggestion and I say, you could try phoning them. Okay, so my friend is trying to contact a company via emailing and it's not working. I want to make a suggestion. I say, you could try phoning. میتونی سعی کنی زنگ بزنی به عنوان پیشنهاد. Okay, so that's one use of could. Another use of could is when we make a polite request. Okay, خواهش با ادب. When we make a polite request, for example, could you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor? یه کار برام انجام میدی لطفاً؟ یه کار کوچولو. Could you do me a favor? That's a polite request and we use it a lot. Could you do me a favor? Okay. Another use of could is when we use it as past tense of can. Now can means ability, توانستن. So past tense of can is could. You're talking about a situation in the past where you could or could not do something. For example, when I was a child, so past tense, when I was a child, I couldn't put two sentences together in Farsi. Again, when I was a child, I couldn't put two sentences together in Farsi. وقتی من بچه بودم حتی دو جمله پشت سر هم فارسی نمیتونستم بگم. I had to practice a lot. So I'm talking about could, ability in the past. Okay? I'm going to give you an example. I told my students about this as well. I had learned that when you have the prefix پیشوند, when you have the prefix of be in front of something, that means without. For example, بی نیاز means without help. بی همتا means without any copy, just one. So I thought بیمار means without a snake. That's what I thought, because my understanding was be is always without. And then somebody told me, no, bimar is a word and it means sick or ill. Okay? So when I was a child, I couldn't put two sentences together in Farsi. I had to practice a lot. Okay? The last use of could is a possibility in the future. A possibility in the future. For example, one of my friends is very depressed. She wants to find a job and she's very upset. I want to show her that there is possibility in the future. I want to give her hope. میخوام بهش امید بدم. So I say chin up, chin up. It's an idiom that means خوشحال باش. Chin up, امیدوار باش. You could get a job tomorrow. ممکنه فردا یه کار پیدا کنی. So we have used could for a possibility in the future. Okay? So up to now, could, we have learned 4 ways of using could. One is for a suggestion, پیشنهاد دادن. One is for a polite request, خواهش با ادب. One is for can in the past, توانستن زمان قبل, and one is for a possibility in the future. امکان یک چیزی به وجود اومدن یا شدن در آینده. Okay, I told you my Farsi is very bad. Okay, so that's could. Let's go to the next modal verb, and that is would. Would. Okay, and wood is W-O-U-L-D, not the wood that we get from a tree. Okay, so would is used to make a polite request. Again, خواهش با ادب, just like could. Okay, for example, would you give me a hand? کمکم میکنی? Would you give me a hand? Would you give me a hand? کمکم میکنی لطفاً؟ به کمک احتیاج دارم. Would you give me a hand? That's one use of would. Another one is when we talk about will in the past. Okay? And we use this as a habit. That means عادتی که من در زمان گذشته داشتم. A habit. For example, at my previous job, we would hold a meeting every fortnight. All my students know what fortnight means. At my previous job, توی شغل قبلیم, we would hold a meeting, ما همیشه یک جلسه داشتیم, every fortnight. Fortnight. I've given a post about this. It means 2 weeks. پس هر 2 هفته یه بار ما جلسه داشتیم توی کار قبلی من. Okay? At my previous job, we would hold a meeting every fortnight. And this was a habit. این یه عادتی بود که ما داشتیم که hamishe تکرار میشد. So we use would. Another example of would is when we talk about an unreal, unlikely situation. یه حالت یا یک شرایطی که یا غیر ممکنه unreal یا احتمالش خیلی کمه unlikely. Okay? For example, one of my friends has had a bad headache for a month. One of my friends has had a bad headache for a month. یکی از دوستان یه سردرد خیلی بدی داشته برای 1 ماه. Okay? I say, I would ask the doctor. I would ask the doctor. This means, if I were you, اگر من جای تو بودم, if I were you, I would ask the doctor. اگر من جای تو بودم, از دکتر میپرسیدم. من جای شما نیستم. پس این یک شرایط غیر it's unreal, غیر واقعی هست. It's unreal. برای همین we use would for unreal, unlikely situations. برای حالتی که غیر معمول هست یا احتمالش خیلی کم هست از would استفاده میکنیم. مثلا اگر من جای شما بودم این کارو میکردم. Okay? من هیچ موقع نمیتونم جای شما باشم. درسته؟ So it's unreal. Okay? I would go to the doctor. Usually when we use an unreal situation, we don't say if I were you. We just say I would go to the doctor. پس وقتی که میخوایم پیشنهاد بدیم یا میخوایم یک حالت غیر معمول رو بگیم، معمولا اولش نمیگیم اگر من جای شما بودم، چون این شناخته شده است، این یه تیکه از جمله هست که شنونده من میدونه منظور منو پس نیازی نیست دوباره اینو تکرار بکنم. فقط میگم من میرفتم از دکتر میپرسیدم. I would ask the doctor. Okay? Last one is should. I really hope that you watch this video again, this live session again, with your pen and your paper, and you write these down, okay? And you practice, please practice as much as you can, and that way it will stay in your head. Okay. Number 3 is should. We use should when we want to give strong advice. Okay? So it's not an order. ما نمیخوایم دستور بدیم. میخوایم یک advice یا راهنمایی خیلی محکم بکنیم. یعنی از دستور یک کم پایین تر. چون هیچ موقع ما دوست نداریم دستور بدیم ولی میخوایم یک ادوایس یا راهنمایی خیلی محکم بکنیم که اون شنونده متوجه در واقع اون فوری بودن یا مهم بودن اون شرایط باشه. For example, you shouldn't smoke here. اینجا شما نباید سیگار بکشین. You shouldn't smoke here. It's a very strong advice. Yes? Or for example, you should wear a face mask in the shops. You should wear a face mask in the shops. باید ماسک بزنین توی مغازه. Okay? So دستور نیست. It's not an order, but it's a very strong kind of advice. And we can use should, this is the last one, we can use should for a polite advice. اونی که الان گفتم strong advice خیلی خشن و خشک هست. گاهی وقتا میخوایم یکم سافتش کنیم، یکم نرم و با ادب‌تر بکنیم. کلمه probably اگر بیاد پیش should یه مقدار نرم، دوستانه تر و ملایم تر میکنه. For example, you should probably wear a mask. اگر ماسک بزنین فکر خوبیه. Okay? So you should wear a mask is a very strong advice. You should wear a mask. ولی اختلافش با polite request, you should probably wear a mask. It's giving advice again, but it's very soft and friendly. Okay, excellent. So now I am going to turn the comments back on. Okay, and if you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything you want to share with me, or if anybody wants to come up and talk to me, that would be fantastic. Okay, right. I can see lots of people have come on. Fantastic. Okay, I've got FA KHK 2019. Please talk about must. Okay, so must is very, very strong. It's not advice, it's an order. دستور هست. اینجا دیگه راهنمایی نیست، advice یا توصیه نیست، دستور هست. must. Okay? یه دونه must داریم، یه دونه have to. must, have to. فرقش چیه؟ اینو من فارسی میگم که همه متوجه بشن. فرق بین must و have to چیه؟ اگر اون کسی که داره جمله رو میگه خودش در یک سمت بالا و پرقدرت باشه از کلمه must استفاده میکنه. Okay? For example, the police stops me. پلیس منو stop میکنه میگه excuse me, you must wear a seat belt. باید کمربند بزنی. برای چی کمربند نداری؟ You must wear a seat belt. Okay? ولی اگر اون کسی که داره صحبت میکنه اون قدرت و اون سمت رو نداره، فقط داره حرف یک نفر دیگر رو تکرار میکنه. یعنی اون سخنران اون قدرت رو نداره، فقط داره حرف در واقع یک قانونی رو برای من دوباره تکرار میکنه. از کلمه have to استفاده میکنیم. من و دوستم با هم توی ماشین هستیم، دوست من کمربند نبسته، من اینجا پلیس نیستم، من کاره‌ای نیستم، به خاطر همین به دوستم میگم you have to wear a seat belt. Okay? اگر پلیس بودم، اگر نماینده قانون بودم، میگفتم you must wear a seat belt. ولی به خاطر اینکه من کاری نیستم، فقط دارم قانون رو تکرار میکنم، اون سمت و قدرت رو ندارم، از have to استفاده میکنم. You have to wear a seat belt. I hope that's okay. And also with must, we never use to. It's only must plus verb. No to, no ing. Must wear, must go, must see. Okay? Right. Thank you for your question. Let's see. Wow, please talk about must. Okay. Ali بود Leila Jun. Thank you very much. پس okay, I've got Alex Persian boy. پس برای درخواست مؤدبانه could هم هست. Yes. Could and would both together. حالا ممکنه یه نفر که داره IELTS میخونه از من بپرسه خب لیلا فرق بین این دوتا چیه؟ would یه مقدار مؤدبانه تر و رسمی تر هست از could، ولی هر دوتاشون برای درخواست مؤدبانه استفاده میشه. Okay? Zahra BGH, thanks, you're welcome. I've got Zidnane. When we use would in the future sentences, please. In the future. Okay, in the future. Let me bring my notes. I don't want to give the wrong sentence. Okay, in the future. We use would in the future if we are asking a question. For example, would you come with me tomorrow? Would you come with me tomorrow? فردا با من میای. ولی این دوباره حالت درخواست هست. Okay? برای آینده. Would you come with me tomorrow? فردا با هم میای. هنوز حالت درخواست هست که شماره 1 هست توی would. A polite request. Okay? Very good. Thanks a lot. You're very welcome. Iranian of Glasgow. Hi. چجوری میتونیم بگیم اگه اشکال نداره کمکم کنید اگه اشکال نداره؟ اگه اشکال نداره we say if that's okay. If that's okay. اگه اشکال نداره if that's okay. یه حالت دیگه هم داریم که هست اگر برای شما مشکلی نیست که میشه if you don't mind. If you don't mind اگه اشکال نداره، اگه برای شما مسئله نیست. So if that's okay or if you don't mind. Okay? Right. Oops. I'm going to go back. Liberalism 0044. If I were you, I'd speak only English. Okay. یه کوچولو. If I were you, I'd only speak English. Okay. Thank you. Some people have asked me to translate in Farsi so that everybody can understand, not just some people. من میخوام که همه متوجه بشن توی همه لیول های مختلف. Okay. ولی سعی میکنم اکثرش رو انگلیسی بگم. Okay. Hello, I've got genteel. خواهش مؤدبانه نه خواهش با ادب. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for correcting my Farsi. I have learned something. Okay. خواهش مؤدبانه نه خواهش با ادب. Thank you. Merci. من یه چیزی یاد گرفتم. Okay. I've got Zednane. What is the difference of have to and need to, please? You have to, you need to. There is not that much difference between you have to and you need to. The only difference is that have to is a bit stronger and need to. So if you have a list, اگر میخواین به ترتیب شدت بذارین، اول have to، اول که must هست، بعد have to، بعد need to. Okay? این ترتیبش هست. وگرنه معنیش یکیه. Okay. I think it's FAKHK 2019. Is it for duty or rule? It right. Is it for duty or rule? You mean is it for responsibility or for a law? I think you can use it for both situations. Because a responsibility is not something that you can choose. You have to, yes? Or it's something that is very serious. So if it's a responsibility, that means you can't say, I don't want to. It's still very, very strong. There is no choice. And the same with rule. Okay? Hello? Anaita 1770. Thank you very much. I've got ab as 1983. بعضی کلمه ها رو متوجه نمیشم. میشه موقع گفتن بنویسید. I will try. من اگر میشه میخوام خواهش بکنم که این IGTV رو دوباره اگه ممکنه نگاه کنین و عقب جلو کنین که من ریپیت بکنم. اگر کلمه هست که واقعا من بد گفتم و شما متوجه نشدین، لطفا یه مسیج برای من بفرستین. سعی میکنم بیشتر توجیه کنم. Okay. چون من زیاد حرف میزنم همه رو نمیتونم بنویسم متاسفانه. Okay. Alex Persian Boy, if you want to be successful, you have to study hard. Okay. You don't have another option to be successful, but you must. You have other option, but by the law or order is forbidden. Okay. Okay. So that's Alex Persian Boy. You've given your understanding. That's okay. I'm not going to argue. Okay. Hello, I've got other people who've joined. Masood T09, hi there, sorry I'm late. That's okay, welcome. Thank you for joining. Sonia Deeb, I'm really enjoyed so far. Oh, good. Phew. Grammar is a very dry, very heavy subject. گرامر خیلی خشک و سنگین هست. پس اگر شما در واقع ازش خوشتون اومده یا دارین استفاده میکنین I'm very happy. Okay. Masood T09, would be okay if we go there? Would it be okay if we go there? I'm not sure what you mean, if you don't mind. Okay, I think you're talking about would it be okay or if you don't mind. Yes, both of these are correct. I think you're talking about اگه اشکال نداره. Is that right? Yes, both of them are correct. There are different ways that we can say the same thing. Okay. Right, I've got Sam Ben 435. This is kind of you that you share your ability with us. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. So that is my timer that tells me that 30 minutes has finished. I've got Sarah EL33. Hi, hello. Thank you for joining, Sarah. Okay. Saeed NZH. میتونیم بگیم do you mind برای گفتن اشکالی نداره. Do you mind? Yes, absolutely. Do you mind if I come with you? اشکال نداره من با شما بیام. Do you mind if I come with you? Yep, absolutely. Masood T09, yes you can. Okay. Let's see, who else do I have? Sonia Deeb. If you don't mind is the other example. If you don't mind. Yes. Okay, so do you mind is a question. If you don't mind is a sentence. اگه اشکال نداره منم با شما بیام. If you don't mind, I will come with you. Okay, so if you don't mind, we use it in a sentence. Do you mind? We use it in a question because it starts with a question word. Do you? Fariba, 1963. چقدر تو خوبی? Okay, I'm very happy to find you. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Masood T09, if that's okay or if you don't mind. Yes, yes, both of them are correct. Okay. Masood T09, we can read them. Yes, yes. Okay, and then any more? So, FAKHK 2019, for advice we use should. Is that right? Yes. When you want to give advice, you can use could, you can use would, and you can use should. Okay, for advice, for all of them. So I would talk to the doctor. من اگه جای شما بودم با دکتر صحبت میکردم. That's advice. You should talk to the doctor. این هم یک advice هست. You could talk to the doctor. این یک suggestion هست ولی به صورت advice هم میتونه استفاده بشه. Okay. Okay. زدانه would and could and should plus past participle cardboard. Okay. Well, that's a completely new lesson and it usually means for example, خیلی سریع بگم I should have bought that pen. I should have bought the pen. یعنی پشیمونی برای شرایط در زمان گذشته. رفتم مغازه خودکار دیدم خیلی قشنگ بود، خیلی دوست داشتم، نخریدم. حالا اومدم خونه، shoot، پشیمونم. I should have bought that pen. پس حالت پشیمونی هست برای کار زمان گذشته. Would have, I would have arrived early but I was asleep. I would have arrived early but I was asleep. زودتر می اومدم ولی متاسفانه خواب موندم. So would have is usually would have بیشتر معمولا برای situation یا موقعیتی هست که یک کار انجام نشده ولی به خاطر یک موقعیتی که از دست شما خارج هست. Okay. I would have come sooner but I missed my bus. زودتر می اومدم ولی اتوبوسمو از دست دادم. پس کاری که در زمان گذشته کاری که نمیتونم انجام بدم به خاطر اینکه یه اتفاقی افتاد که از دست من خارج بود. آخرش میشه could have. I could have cooked for you but I didn't. میتونستم براتون یه چیزی درست کنم ولی دلم نخواست. پس این در واقع یک چویس و انتخاب هست. I could have given you a lift. من میتونستم شما رو برسونم یه جایی با ماشینم. I could have given you a lift but I decided not to. مثلا ما با هم حرفمون شده، میتونستم شما رو یه جا برسونم ولی تصمیم گرفتم نکنم این کارو. اوکی. امیدوارم این خیلی سریع صحبت کردم، امیدوارم متوجه شده باشین. اوکی. یکی دو کامنت دیگه میخونم بعد دیگه بیشتر از این مزاحم نمیشم. If that's okay. Okay. Sarah Scanty, it was one of the most useful structure for modal verbs that I haven't heard in the past. I should watch again. Fantastic. I am so happy, Sarah, that you found this useful. I'm really, really happy that it was not just a repeat. It was useful. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Alex Persian Boy, if I'm wrong, I will be glad you correct me. If I'm wrong, I would be grateful if you correct me. Absolutely, yes. Okay. Lale سرخ شدی. Yes, yes, it's quite warm here. Absolutely. Okay, so the very last comment before I start saying goodbye is from Reza Salemi, how about using of would have بله اینو الان توضیح دادم. I would have یعنی یک کار رو انجام میدادم ولی متاسفانه شرایط جوری بود که از دست من خارج بود. مثلا I would have okay, I would have woken up early but I overslept. یعنی بیدار می شدم ولی متاسفانه خواب موندم، زنگم مثلا زنگ نخورد یا هرچی. پس برای شرایطی استفاده میشه که میخواستم انجام بدم، خیلی دلم میخواست ولی به خاطر چیزی که از دست من خارج بود نتونستم انجام بدم. اوکی. آخریش مجید اسلامی، معنی مختلف مایند چی هست؟ ممنونم. اوکی. مایند هم فعل میتونه باشه هم اسم. اوکی. I haven't made up my mind. اینجا mind اسم هست. I haven't made up my mind. هنوز تصمیممو نگرفتم. هنوز باید فکر کنم که بتونم تصمیم بگیرم. مثلا یه نفر میخواد یه تصمیم بگیره، خیلی داره طولش میده، میگین make up your mind. زود باش، تصمیم بگیر. این همون mind هست به معنی اسم. بعد یه mind دیگه داریم که فعل هست. Do you mind؟ یعنی excuse me چی کار داری میکنی؟ Do you mind؟ وقتی که یه نفر یه کاری میکنه که شما خوشتون نمیاد، مثلا تو صف وایسادین یه دفعه میاد جلوتون، یا میخواین یه جا پارک کنین که تو لندن زیاد هست، میخواین یه جا پارک کنین، یه نفر میاد میزنه در واقع جا پارک شما رو میگیره، شما شیشه رو میدین پایین excuse me do you mind؟ یعنی ببخشید چی کار داری میکنی؟ پس اینجا mind فعل هست. یا یکی از مثال هایی که قبلا امشب استفاده کردیم if you don't mind، اگر اشکال نداره، این هم دوباره فعل هست. if you don't mind I will come with you. اگه اشکال نداره من با شما بیام. Okay, thank you very much everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, for your lovely questions and comments. If I did not have your questions, if I did not have your comments, this session would be very boring. واقعا شما هستین که این اینستاگرام لایو رو لایو میکنین و زنده میکنین. خیلی خیلی ممنون از اینکه یه چیز فارسی به من یاد دادین. واقعا ممنونم. پس میشه خواهش مؤدبانه، نه خواهش با ادب. من اینو سعی میکنم یادم بمونه. Thank you very very much. I hope you have a fantastic, productive, safe and enjoyable, healthy week next week, and I will see you next Sunday at 7 o'clock again. Thank you also very much for your comments about my posts. I'm very happy that you find my posts useful. I'm very, very happy. Okay, excellent. Have a very good week. Bye-bye.